I'm Saud, and in this video we shall implement SJF to schedule three processes: P1, P2 and P3. And let us assume that they arrived at instance 0, 1 and 2. So P1 arrived at 0 at this time instant, P2 arrived at 1 and P3 arrived at 2. Next, let us assume that their burst times are let's say 4, 3 and 1. So P1 requires 4 units of time to complete execution, P2 will require 3 units of time, and P3 will require 1 unit of time. In SJF, that is shortest job first, we shall execute that process which has the shortest burst time. At time instant 0 we have just one process, so we have no option but to execute P1, and P1 shall go up till 4 units of time. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. At this instant P1 completes execution. Now by this time two processes have arrived, P2 and P3, and out of P2 and P3 the process with the shortest burst time is P3. Its burst time is 1. So at this instant P3 will execute. So from here till here, that is from 4 to 5 will be P3's execution, and the next is P2, and P2 will start over here and it will go up till 8. So it's 3 units. Now in the non-preemptive model, a process has to wait till a process that is running completes its execution. So at time instant 2 we had 3 processes. We had process P1 which required a burst time of 2 units, because at this instant only two units were complete, so it required 2 more units. So P1 required 2 units at time 2, P3 required 3 units, and P3 required just 1 unit. So at instant 2 the process with the shortest burst time was P3, but we couldn't run P3 till P1 could complete its execution. In the preemptive model, P1 will be interrupted at this instant and P3 will complete its execution. I'll make another video on the preemptive model. We'll calculate the waiting times. P1 didn't have to wait at all, it started execution the minute it arrived, so the waiting time of P1 is 0. The waiting time of P2 is from this instant till this instant, that is 1, 2, 3 and 4, 4 units of time. The waiting time of P3 is 2 units. Next we shall calculate the turnaround times. Turnaround time is the time at which the process completes execution since it has arrived. So P1 completed execution at this instant of time, and it arrived at the instant 0. So the turnaround time of P1 is 0, 1, 2, 3, is 1, 2, 3 and 4. So 4 is the turnaround time of P1. Next is P2. P2 completed its execution at this instant, and it arrived over here at instant 1. So the turnaround time of P2 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Next is P3. P3 arrived at this instant and it completed execution at this instant. So the turnaround time of P3 is 1, 2 and 3. So we completed scheduling using SJF. By the way, this type of scheduling diagrams are also called as Gantt charts. They are named after Henry Gantt. He's the guy who developed charts that proceed in the horizontal direction with time. Thank you very much for listening.